60, 59, 58, 57, 56, 55, 54, 53, 52, 51, 50, 49, 48, 47, 46, 45, 44, 43, 42, 41, 40, 39, 38, 37, 36, 35, 34, 33, 32, 31, 30, 29, 28, 27, 26, 25, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Hello, I'm John.
I'm Nancy.
We are
J&N
j&ntravels.
Travels.
Welcome in, and thank you for joining us on this very cold day out
It's
here in New
cold.
Hampshire. Well, would we say 46 degrees, would you say?
Yeah, the high is going to be 52 or 53 today.
So we're still not getting into this, getting back yet here.
No, we had 2 really hot days, almost 90, and then back to cold.
That's right. Been very cold. So we're waiting for that spring weather. We keep the windows open.
Yeah.
And
Those were 2 beautiful days. I got a lot of yard work done.
right. And excuse if there's any lingering tiredness this week and next week, coming off of 3 midnight shifts. So
Yeah.
glad to be back though. Glad to be doing this with our new format.
Yeah.
And our new format is basically we throw 3 questions out there to you to discuss and talk about, and maybe people can learn some tidbits from it, right?
Yeah.
That type of deal. So that's where we're at with that. We also like to say to anyone watching this in replay, if you could answer any of the questions or throw any of your input down into the comments, we'll look at it afterwards.
Yeah, that would be great if you could do that.
So Nance,
Yeah.
let me throw the first question up just to put it in people's heads. And our first question today is going to be, should you drive or fly to Florida?
Yeah, driving versus flying. What are the pros and cons, right?
Now, we're of course doing it from the point of view of driving from New Hampshire.
Yeah.
Some people I know people have driven from Texas, even some have driven from California. And
Right.
there are some advantages and disadvantages of that. So why don't we start with what we feel are the advantages and disadvantages. So of course the biggest one you look at is cost.
Cost,
right?
yeah, definitely cost.
Now, this is based on our last snowbird trip, which was just 2 months ago. And it cost us $168 in gas going down. Cost us $171 in gas coming back. So it's a total of $339 in gas for the round trip.
Yeah.
Does not count the gas that we spent within the state, which was actually very minimal.
Yeah, we didn't fill up hardly at all.
And because we didn't go out of the area that much.
Right.
But the reason I didn't put that in here either way is because if you fly or drive, you're going to need to spend the gas, either on a rental car or unless you're staying on property and it's a short trip. But for extended trips like ours, so it was $339 for the round trip in gas. We compared that to, what did we figure out when we took the suitcases into account and the taxes and the cost of tickets? It was about $200 each round trip, correct?
Yeah.
And I guess you'd have to throw into that the Uber that you took to the airport and back, or the taxi, or the night you spent at the hotel beforehand.
Right. And you have to add on a rental car as well.
Well, that comes later. I'm talking just a direct cost. So driving down would be $339 in gas. If we did the same trip, it would be $400 just for the flight.
Okay.
And then, like you said, now you got to tack on. We didn't realize how out of control car rentals had gotten.
Oh yes.
Except when we went down for the cruise in October to
Right.
Miami,
and
we rented the car
in October. Yeah. Hadn't done that in years.
It used to be. The last time we remember, it was like $26 a day.
Yeah, it wasn't bad at all.
And wasn't it close to $100 or $80 per night for the rental?
Yeah. We rented it for 3 nights, so I think it was around 300, a little over 300 for us.
Yeah. All right, let me see before we go on if anyone else has any comments. So, hello to Scenic Off Road. Thanks for coming in.
Hello, Scenic.
And they're dreaming of a cruise. I hear you.
Oh, gotta go.
We're still waiting to hear on the cruise for October.
Yeah.
Maxwell Smart is
Maxwell.
driving. Him and Paul are the two that seem to always be driving when they're doing this.
Mhm.
Stay safe out there, Maxwell. Moonlight Adventures.
Hello, Moonlight.
He's in a meeting right now, but
Oh, thanks
listening.
for joining us. And
Thanks for joining us. Thanks for coming in. They had a very interesting video I just watched last
Yeah.
night because we've been debating MSC, the
Yeah.
cruise line,
yeah.
and they went on one and they did the private island for that.
Oh,
For MSC, which looks like the typical private island. Looks
Yeah.
nice, but we got to do more research on MSC.
mhm.
The captain, thank you for coming
Hello,
in, Captain.
Captain J. How are you today?
Captain is here.
Yay. 3 cheers for the captain.
Diddy Arts, thank you for coming in.
Who?
Right there. Let's see. The captain says, driving from Florida to Florida. I actually just booked our flights to fly from Pensacola to Fort Lauderdale for our back-to-back cruise on the Carnival Celebration in October. That's the way to do it, though, Billy. And I constantly say that we either look for a 12 to 14-day cruise
Yeah.
or a back-to-back because it seems like a lot of flying and stuff
I know.
to get down there for.
Right. And it goes
7-day
by so
cruise.
fast. Yeah.
Now, what's the cost you right now for Pensacola to Fort Lauderdale for a flight? Hello, Kathy. Thanks for coming
Hi,
in.
Kathy.
She's at work right now, too.
Thanks for joining us. Hope you're having a good day at work.
Billy says, I get great deals for our car rental from Enterprise thanks to the great work discount.
Oh, that's
Never
nice.
looked into Enterprise. I'm not sure. We got it at a new company I'd never heard of,
I know.
Six. And it seemed that at the time that was the best deal with Six,
Yeah.
right? What is it? SIX?
I think it's STYX.
Sticks, you think it is? I'll have to look it up. But
I actually saw
I
a
hadn't heard
commercial
of
for
it
them
before.
on TV, and I had never heard of them before.
So driving down, some of the what this. So the question we're talking about is should you drive or should you fly? A lot of people will drive if they're closer, but
Yeah.
even the long distance, if you plan it in. Now we have to do a whole event with it. We leave. It takes us about 2 days,
2
maybe
days it takes us.
total. I try driving at night, but that's getting harder and harder. So I get through all the big cities. And by the time, my goal is to get to Richmond, Virginia by rush hour the
Mhm.
next day. And we've been able to do that so far.
So far, so good. I mean, we've done it 2 years in a row.
I did take the tough part is when we come back, trying to avoid the cities because you have them at
yeah.
the end of it, not
Yeah.
the beginning. We tried a totally different route this time. We're still trying to find that perfect route. And
That was horrible.
no, the route was very nice, but
was just the weather.
it was the weather, and that's the problem. I may try that same route next year and use but go in the daytime
Yeah.
because we had 3 snowstorms coming back.
Yeah, one was in Vermont. It was awful going through the mountains in Vermont with that terrible snow. And we didn't have the best tires because we knew we were going to Florida, so we didn't have the best tires. So it was a little scary.
Billy says, got airline tickets on Spirit. That's what we used
Oh, we
last time.
flew Spirit, yeah.
511 for 2 people with check bag for each. Okay, from Pensacola to Fort Lauderdale. It was the cheapest, so $256 a person. Now, what did we pay per bag? Was it $50 a bag we paid each way?
You know, I can't recall. I don't know.
So if you take the bag out, it's about $250. So it's 100 each way. Yeah, I know Pensacola is a little more expensive to fly from Pensacola than up here.
Mhm.
But that's interesting flight. Yeah, because that would be what would that be for him? What would that be for you, Billy? A 10-hour drive or a 8-hour drive?
Well, I know he said it took him 7 hours to get to Orlando.
Hey, Peter, thanks for coming
Hey,
in.
Peter.
He's from Australia.
Oh, love to visit your country someday.
Yeah, that's on a check bag was 45. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean that's a pretty good deal considering
Hmm.
a lot of the prices. I mean, we didn't get the best deal. We got I think it was just under 100, but coming from up here, right?
Hmm.
And what we ended up doing is flying into Miami, going down, and flying out of Fort Lauderdale.
Yeah.
Because the last time we had flown was 10, 15 years ago, 20 years ago. And if you did a round trip from the same airport, it was cheaper than 2 one-ways. Remember that?
Yeah, well, we were forced to fly home in 2017 because the cruise ship
Right, but we didn't pay
broke
for
down,
that.
but we didn't pay
The
for
last
that.
time we
That's
paid
true.
for one,
Yeah, that's
um,
right. It was in 20,
back then,
it was, 2001. Yeah.
but the flights round trip were always cheaper. It's like with the cars now. Remember, we were going to do a car. We are going to pick it up with Orlando this time, flying to Orlando, and then drop it off in Miami. And it was so much higher to do 2 different airports for the
Yeah,
drop off.
that's true.
Well, back when we flew before, if you did a round trip, it was cheaper than doing 2 one-ways.
Yeah.
So we didn't consider it. And the daughter looked it up, and she found that it was actually cheaper, flying the cheap way going down to Miami, and then
Yeah.
another one from Fort Lauderdale back to
Yeah, she found that deal
Boston.
for us. Yeah, that was good.
Hey, Paul.
Hi,
Thanks for
Paul.
coming in. He's driving also. Nice to see you, Paul.
Hope you're having a good day.
He just went to Memphis on one of his days.
Oh, he went to Memphis.
Another one of the. We get this long bucket list.
I
We're
do
trying to
wanna-
narrow it down to stuff we want to do.
That's where Graceland is, right? Yeah. I'd like to see
Isn't it?
Graceland.
So driving down, the other things we found with driving down, you have to rent a car,
Mhm.
which if you're staying, even let's go with a month. We won't say the 3 months we were down there, but if you stay a month, renting the car is going to be an arm and a leg. We also like the fact that you can cut a lot of costs and make convenient if you use your car as like a locker, giant locker, right?
Yeah, that's what we
And,
do.
right, and you can throw all your extra toys in. You
Yeah.
can bring some canned foods and stuff like that,
Yeah.
drinks. I'm finding, Billy, that it's actually cheaper to buy. We haven't done it yet, but next year we might buy a few cases of beer to bring down with us to
Yeah.
Florida. Hey, Mariah, thanks
Hi,
for coming in.
Mariah.
Oh, that's her backup channel.
Oh,
Available Life Exploring with
okay.
Mariah Mason. Okay. See, Peter says there are good deals, just a matter of looking for them.
Mm.
Yeah, and then you got to snatch them up pretty quick, too.
Yeah, they go fast. Yeah.
Billy says it was cheaper to fly to Fort Lauderdale than Miami. I tried going to Fort Lauderdale there and out of Miami back, but Miami is expensive.
Mm.
Yeah, and that's what we found coming back, right? The cheaper one actually was to go into Miami going down, but coming back, and I don't know if it's the times or just the cost. And coming back was strictly Fort Lauderdale. Plus, there's also the fact we don't love airports.
No, we don't.
I mean, we're not afraid of planes or anything like
No.
that. I just don't love airports. I don't love the leg room in the plane because, of course, we're getting the budget airlines.
Yeah, the seats on Spirit, they were hard. That's the only thing I wasn't really comfortable, but it was a short flight, so I'd fly Spirit again.
Billy, it's funny you said that because we look for Bud Light. You got to get cans. We always get cans now because
Yeah.
so you can bring them down at the pool. And we couldn't find cans of Bud Light line.
No, we couldn't.
So I ended up getting just regular Bud Light. But from up here, there's Bud Light cans. We can scoff them up and bring them down with us.
We'll probably have to do that next time.
Oh, that's why her Mariah's other channel got hacked.
Oh, that's too bad.
Why
Sorry to
people
hear
do that, huh?
I know, that's awful.
Billy says he's bringing a whoopee cushion to bring. So that would keep the rest of the passengers awake. Huh? That's funny.
Yeah. Gosh.
So he said he's going on the, what was it here? The Celebration?
Yeah, he said that.
So it was Celebration?
Yes.
Okay. I think that's their newest ship.
Hmm.
We're actually looking at I guess it's Italian themed.
Oh,
You
the
already know the name,
Venezia.
Venezia,
Yeah.
out of New York.
Well, I would love the Italian theme. Oh, it's right up our alley here, being Italian.
Hello, Journey Awakes. Thank you
Hello,
for joining
Journey.
us. Okay. So, all right. So we've covered, so going down, gas is cheaper. Now we're
Yeah.
coming from, we're about 1,500 miles away, 13 to 1,500. So
Mhm.
it's a good gauge for anyone
Yeah.
driving down.
And also just, it's a greener way to go, having a fuel efficient car, releases less, you know, gas emissions. What was I gonna say? Oh,
Than the airplane, yeah.
yeah, yeah.
I heard a funny story from someone recently, and they were talking to someone who was very, oh, I'm not going to get the story right, but they were talking to someone who was very high on being green.
Being green,
So
yeah.
they were taking Uber in instead of taking their own car for some
Oh,
reason.
really?
And they were
Yeah.
joking, but the same guy would get on an airplane with all these emissions, fly up to his spot. I thought
Yeah.
that was a
Oh,
funny
that is
thing.
funny. Yeah, definitely, you know, it's a better way to go, if you're concerned about the environment, less greenhouse gas emissions than flying.
Right. And the airport hassles. That's the biggest thing with us too is security. But you know what got me? We went to Fort Lauderdale. We were there 4 hours early to the airport
Yeah.
because of when our cruise ship came back.
Right.
We did an excursion to kill probably 4 or 5 hours.
Yeah, that was fun. We did an airboat excursion. That was really fun. That
Well,
was
that started at 8. We did that. We're done with that back at the airport at 2, and then at our flight was until 8 o'clock that
yeah,
night.
8 o'clock that
So
night.
we
There's nothing to eat at that
Well,
airport.
and that's the thing. I don't
We
know.
were hungry.
I don't know if all airports are that way, but they won't. Where all the food is, and actually the comfortable chairs, right?
Yeah.
We're inside the gate,
Yeah.
and they would not let us inside the gate till 2 hours before our
Right.
flight. So we were just sitting in these plastic chairs in the lobby. There was nothing within
Yes, there was
walking distance.
nothing.
Nothing. It was
So
ridiculous.
when we did finally get something to eat, I have to admit the hamburger, we both enjoyed it. It was very good. But was it a McDonald's? It was a huge
I think
hamburger.
it might have been a Burger King or something.
Okay, either it was McDonald's or Burger King, but the hamburger was really large and it was very, very good.
And that was inside the terminal.
That was inside the terminal. So I have to admit that was very good. But we had to wait so long before we ended up with anything to eat.
And that's the other thing I would recommend too. When
And it
people
was
are flying, is always bring sandwiches. Or
yeah,
some
it was a little
snacks.
expensive too. How much was
Everything in the airport's
you have to
expensive.
you have to figure that it's going to be um, costly at the airport. Anything.
Billy says back to back on the Carnival celebration. Carnival's newest ship currently. Carnival's first week in regular cruise. Second week is a non-group cruise. Oh, I didn't realize that was a non-group cruise. That should be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Let's see, hellos, come to Australia for coastal tours.
Oh,
Peter, we would love to come to Australia.
yeah.
We did our group cruise. One of the 3 groups that sponsored the group cruise, or one of the 3 channels that sponsored group
Yeah.
cruises, Down Under Cruises.
Down Under Cruises. Yeah.
They were such a pleasure to meet.
Yes,
And,
they were. And we met another fellow from Australia.
Yeah.
He's from Brisbane. And,
Yeah, Dale. Right?
Dale. Yep.
Yeah, and so we would love to go there. I don't know if the flight. That'd be one of those things. We'll wake up someday and say, "Let's give it a shot." Right? Nancy's still trying to get up the nerve for a flight to
Alaska.
Alaska.
I'm hoping I can get there. But our brother-in-law went to Australia, and we saw a lot of beautiful videos from him. A lovely place. And then he ended up going to Tasmania, right?
Yeah, well, he's done a lot of different
He did a
ones.
lot of.
Billy says he brings snacks when he's flying out of there. But yeah, I mean that's
Yeah.
a smart way to do it.
Yeah, I don't know why we didn't
So,
have any
just load it
snacks.
up.
We didn't have anything.
Well, we did have a few snacks. We just didn't have a lot of food.
Well, that's true. Okay, yeah, you're right.
What?
Like
Whataburger? It wasn't Whataburger, right?
I don't know what
Does
it
that ring a
was.
bell to
I
you?
don't recall.
I
But
think it was a chain, either McDonald's or a Burger King. And it was
Yeah,
weird because
I want to say it was McDonald's, but I'm not 100% sure. But it was either a McDonald's or a Burger King.
well, it was strange because the burger, what like Nancy said, was big, and
huge.
usually you go there, they don't have any
Yeah,
burgers
so
that
it really
size.
did fill us. It was delicious. So we were happy about that because I was wondering how good it was going to be, and it was very good.
Hey, Sherry, thanks for coming in.
But I think it was like a $10 burger, wasn't it?
Oh yeah, they were expensive. Yeah. Sherry, I like to remind whenever I see her is she's looking for watch hours.
Yes,
so,
watch hours for Sherry.
So if you go over to her channel and watch her playlist, she'd appreciate that.
Mhm.
Let's see. Ahoys, hellos. Hey, Tommy Dotson, how
Hey,
you doing?
Tommy, how are you? Thanks for joining us today.
Let's see. That is true, Billy. We could swim to Australia if you don't want to fly. In my younger days, Billy, I probably could have swam over there, but not now.
How long
Maybe,
would it take if
maybe,
I did the dog paddle?
maybe he thinks it's at what's a burger.
Oh, he thinks it's
Yeah,
what's a burger?
the grizzly
Oh,
ten
really?
knows it. Maybe it is. I
I
just
don't
thought it was a
know.
name brand,
I thought it
but they
was
had
too.
unusually weird burgers.
Yeah.
Kathy says Alaska is amazing. It's worth a flight. Do a
Oh,
land tour as well as a cruise to stay longer, see more, and get your money's worth out of a flight. Yeah, I
wow.
mean and I really never thought of the land tour part. I always thought if
Yeah.
I did, I'd do a back to back.
Yeah. I like that
But
idea,
you
land tour part.
but you could tie it on with and Sherry, if you want to throw your uh, web location up for your watch list, if anyone wants to go over there, they can just click on the link. So driving down, yeah. So we will probably always drive unless we flew down in October because we had the group cruise.
Yeah.
And so it's a matter of time and distance for that because that was all the way
Right.
down to Miami.
Yeah, that was down in Miami.
I would like to get into a thing. We're still hoping to work for Disney this year, so we won't plan a cruise out of Florida this year.
Providing I
But
don't injure myself
yeah,
again.
but hopefully after that we'll be able to maybe go down and do a cruise on one end or the other of going down to Florida. So that would be all good
Yeah,
stuff.
that would be great.
Now that's interesting. So Tommy must have done the same thing. He said, totally agree. The land portion really made the cruise for us.
Oh,
So maybe
really?
that's a different way to look at it because I never
Yeah.
thought of
I
that.
never
You do a
thought of
week on
that.
a cruise and then you do a week on
Yeah.
the land.
Good advice.
Now, where's the actual land portion of it? Is it Alaska itself? Or different stops in Alaska? I'll do. Okay, it's Princess and Holland do great cruise land tours. Okay, so it's
Oh,
a
okay.
package deal.
Princess
Well,
and
that would be the way
Holland.
I'd want to do it too.
I would want
Have to
that,
do it
yeah.
separate.
Oh, I hope it comes to fruition. That's really what I want to do. That's number one on my bucket list right now. So,
Captain says Disney's having a bunch of layoffs. They started those last year, and I actually
yeah,
called up our recruiter
we
to
thought,
see if we should even be going forward with it.
yeah,
The layoffs don't affect
seasonal
seasonal
employees,
right?
right?
In fact, it probably makes them more valuable because they're trying to get rid of the people with lay off people who
Benefits.
don't have
Yeah.
benefits and give it to the schlubs who come in and just pick up a.
That's true. And of course, we're only seasonal. We don't have to, we make less money probably as
Right.
well.
Well, I think the big thing's the benefits.
Yeah,
That's a
benefits.
huge thing with them.
Right.
You're welcome, Sherry. Hello, Brian.
Hi,
Thanks for coming in,
Brian.
Brian.
How's it going on the South Shore? My hometown. He's near my hometown.
We are doing good, Mariah. How are you doing today? And where are you today? Last time we talked to you, I think you were in. Did she go to Texas? Isn't that where
No,
she was last time on our last live?
I don't recall now.
Ours was primary extension to Denali. Okay, this is Sherry's playlist address. Anyone that wants to help her out, run her playlist, go over to her and visit her. Okay, let's see. John, you would make a good goofy character. I would love to be a goofy character, really.
He would. Who
And
said
I
that?
probably have the height. I think you have to be at least
6 feet?
5'11" or
Oh,
something,
okay.
5'10" to play the
Yeah.
Plutos
Well,
and
yeah,
the.
that's true.
But I would enjoy that. I'd love to do a character. But seasonal people cannot be characters. I bet you didn't know that.
Yeah, that's true. I forgot
We
about
have
that.
to. We have to earn that. The way it works is you have to work a season, a year, calendar year of 150 hours to have any control over where you work. They offer you a position. If you accept it, you work that for the first year. So once you get to 150, if we returned again the following year, we'd have a little more control over where we
Yeah,
work.
we're behind a year now,
Right.
unfortunately. But hey, accidents happen.
Oh, sorry to hear that, Brian.
What
His
happened,
mother,
Brian?
his mom's in New England Baptist Hospital having a hip
Oh,
replacement
oh,
surgery
wow.
in Boston.
Well, I
if I'm
hope
not
she does
mistaken.
very
Yeah.
well.
Good luck.
We'll think of her. That's a good hospital,
Okay, so let's see, do we cover all the drive down stuff? So basically in summary, gas is cheaper than flying.
Yeah,
We gave you the total of, for us round trip.
gas
this
is
past
cheaper than
two-
flying.
So,
You don't have to rent a car.
well, the total for the gas was 339. Flight we figured was 400
Yeah,
bucks
about
total.
400, right.
It's greener if you're into that, right?
Right, it's greener if you're into that. And actually, there's no airport hassles or cancels of the delayed flights you have to
Right.
worry
As long as you don't mind,
Yeah.
we make kind of an adventure out of it. We actually sleep in welcome centers down. We tried hotels, but we just get too antsy.
Yeah.
And it's not worth unpacking the
about.
car.
No, it
so.
not
And
I mean, the hotels, the welcome centers are very safe.
right.
And as long as, you're warm, you have a blanket, we have a blanket and a pillow. I mean, yeah, it's not the most comfortable, but it's not bad.
And let's see, your car can hold so much more.
Yeah.
Locker room style.
Yeah.
And so those are the biggest things. I don't know
Yeah.
if anyone else has ideas of what's more of an advantage, why you would fly or why you would drive. And we encourage you to continue to throw your input in as we move on to our next.
I mean, you do have to pay
Question.
some tolls if you go that route, but we always try to avoid the toll route.
Well, there are ways around the
Yeah,
tolls too.
there are ways around the tolls. There were some tolls that we ended up doing.
Okay, so we go on to question number 2, Nance. And like I said, you can still throw your input for question number 1.
Mhm.
Welcome in, Stu Torres. Thank you for
Hello,
popping in. You must be
Jimmy.
popping in from work. Yeah, is that work? Nice to see you.
Yeah, I hope you're having a good day at work. Thanks for coming in.
Boy, there, chump Jimmy. That's from Billy. Always a nice greeting.
Yes, those are our golden corral buddies.
Yeah, it seems like we've met them 3 times at
Yeah,
Golden Corral.
yeah.
Yeah. Kathy said we went to the Anchorage up to Denali. You can go to Fairbanks, then ride the train down the Whitaker and get on the ship, cruise to Juneau.
Yeah.
Okay, so it sounds like you do the land tour first, and they set that up. The cruise line will set that up, and then they will actually bring you down to the cruise line.
Oh, wow, that sounds awesome.
That does sound like a cool
That
way to do it,
sounds
doesn't
really
it? And I
cool.
would rather the cruise be after
Second.
the land
Yeah, me
part,
too.
yeah.
Me too.
Billy, Jimmy making the shot like a Billy. Okay, so our second question: what is your criteria for picking a cruise? Well, why
Yeah.
don't you read the list there,
Well,
and people can throw their input.
So would it be the cruise line or the size of the ship, the time of year to go, the cost, ports of call, ports the cruise leaves from, or entertainment and food?
What would you say ours are? I mean, we used to
think
be the ship, and
Well, ours is definitely time of year because we like to go in the fall, and probably the cost, I would say.
well, no, there's a combination there for us because the time of year is huge. Like I said,
Yeah.
it's got to be around
Yeah,
October
it's
now.
gotta
With
be
us going down to
the
Florida in
fall,
the
right?
winter,
Right.
it's also the probably tied for that would be the port at least.
Yeah, the
Because I
port.
always have to do it port from either Boston, New Jersey, or New York.
New York, right?
So those are the 2 primary things, and then
Primary.
of course the cost
The
is going to be if
cost.
we even book the trip.
So the cost would be third. Okay.
Well, that would be determined after we found the first 2. If the
Mhm.
cruise fell in a certain price range, then we would book the
Because
cruise.
cruise lines, I mean, we're open to different cruise lines, and we hadn't cruised on Carnival in over 30 years, and we just did, and we enjoyed it. It was really nice. The Horizon. We'd like to definitely try different cruise lines.
But we used to be more picky with the cruise lines. Used to be more picky with the what was the other thing I was thinking of? The ports of calls.
Yeah, port of calls.
And now
we don't-
those really are
no, they're
last
not.
on our list,
Yeah,
right?
Yep.
We would do anything from a smaller ship to the biggest
Yeah.
ships. And the port of calls, we're starting to repeat some ports
Yeah.
anyway. So
I mean, I wouldn't mind repeating the last cruise with Aruba and Bonaire and Amber Cove. That would have been nice to
Right.
repeat that. Because in Aruba, we went to Eagle Beach. I'd like to see the other side of Aruba. It would be fun to repeat that.
But going back and forth with Billy and Jimmy. Sherry, thank you for putting this up. Welcome, cruise and travel lovers. Please like, share, smash the subscribe button, tap the bell to follow the channel. Thank you very much, Sherry. You got Stu going back to captain. Billy says the captain's criteria for picking a cruise: cost, time of year, length of cruise.
Length of
Okay,
cruise,
where
that's a good
ship
one.
leaves from, where it's going. Yeah, the way we do it, I'm not sure how everyone does it, is we always get online just to get an idea of what's out there.
Mm.
And you're right, the length of the
Length
cruise
is important.
that should be in the top 3 too, because we
Yeah.
went either 12 to, it's either going to be 12 to 14, or we look for back to back.
Yeah.
Because you lose a day.
Yeah.
Like on a 7-day cruise, you're down to 5 days really. by
I
time
remember the
everything's
first
done.
time he said, we're going to do a 14-day cruise. I'm like, oh my gosh, I go, that sounds too long. And I loved it. It went by so fast. And now I wouldn't want to do anything less, 12 or 14.
Kathy said new ports of call have already repeated several ports. Yeah, I mean, we like that.
Mhm.
It just seems it's harder and harder for us because all our cruises are out of the Caribbean mostly.
Yeah.
So just finding ones that have new ports. But there's a lot of ports out there that we haven't. Like Grand Turk is one that people
Yeah.
rave about.
Yeah,
We
I'd
haven't
like to
done
do
that
that.
yet.
Yeah.
There's several out there that I would love to do.
Mm.
If we can get at least 1 or 2 new ports each trip,
Yeah.
then that's great.
Yeah, like Aruba and Bonaire, that was great. Never been there. And Amber Cove in Dominic, so that was
Paul's got one criteria for his cruises, whatever cruise Miss Meg is on.
nice. Good answer, Paul.
I hope she's listening, Paul.
Yeah.
Jimmy, you have no power. Okay, going back with Jimmy. Listen up. Tommy says, listen up, Sherry, laughing out loud. It's cruise lines. Some I won't go on anymore. Ship size. So it's cruise line. There's certain ones he doesn't like.
Oh,
What are the
really?
ones that you really don't like, Tommy, that you just refuse to go on? Ship size and the number of sea days.
Oh, yeah.
That's an interesting one because
Yeah.
I'm a big lover of sea days over islands.
Yeah. Some
But
people don't like that. They
Right.
don't like too many sea days. Our son went to Hawaii and he had 7 straight sea days. I wouldn't have liked that. But,
no,
and
that's,
unfortunately for him, there wasn't a lot of activities that they had on the cruise.
well, and that's a valid point too. If you go on a cruise ship that doesn't have a lot like he did, then
a
it's
lot,
not
yeah.
worth it. My sea days is based on the ones we've gone on that have plenty of stuff going on during the day, right? But this is, so he says he likes certain ones he won't go on anymore. Then the number of sea days but if he's going with family, it's cost.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah,
If we were
that
taking
is.
the kids back
Yeah,
in the
that's
old
true.
days,
Yeah.
cost would be a major factor.
That's absolutely right.
Yeah, Billy loves the sea days also. Let me throw this up real quick here. Is our little tribute to our, where is it here? Okay, thank you, mods. That's our little tribute to our mods each week. Yeah, the other thing is that was never a consideration with me, but I'm starting to like it. Is the private islands. It's starting
I
to become
love
my
the private
priority.
islands,
I absolutely love the
We
private
really
islands.
fell in love with Castaway Key or Castaway Cay. That was nice. We got to do that twice too because it was a back-to-back and we did the same ports and we got to do it twice. That was nice.
This Nancy, you like this because you sailed. Kathy says cruise out of San Juan and you go to St.
Oh,
Kitts, St. Lucia, Barbados,
yeah.
Tortilla. Plus the ABC Islands, 10 days. That is a great
Oh,
cruise.
that sounds fantastic. I sailed out of San Juan on the first cruise I ever went on. It was a Carnival cruise, and I had to fly to San Juan, and that's where we sailed out of.
Thing is, I've never been to actually San Juan. The 2 times we were supposed to stop,
Yeah.
the ship skipped it for weather or some reason,
Yeah, that
and
was
so I
unfortunate.
haven't been there. Nancy has. We've done St. Kitts, St. Lucia. Barbados is one of our favorite stops.
Mhm.
Tortilla, I've never been to. And the ABC Islands, we've done Bonaire on the last cruise,
Aruba.
and we
We
haven't
didn't
done
do
Curacao, right?
no. Yeah, so I would like that's a
So
great.
that would be a great cruise.
Yeah, that would be
Okay, so it's Carnival.
Carnival.
Tom, you won't do Carnival or NCL,
Oh,
and no
really?
mega ships of just Wi-Fi. So, oh, that's interesting with NCL. NCL used to be one of our favorite cruise lines.
Yeah,
We
yeah.
haven't ridden on it in a while.
No, we haven't.
The last one was Carnival, and the one before that was Royal, right?
Yeah, which we've really loved.
Yeah.
We were on the Oasis.
Tortola, it's pronounced.
Tortola, okay.
Not tortilla. Tortola.
Tortola.
Okay, I'm going to San Juan twice in October.
Oh,
Okay.
nice.
So ship stops there twice.
Yeah.
Been there twice already. I love San Juan. Yeah, the part that gets me is was it Old Town? Is
Yeah,
that what
I've
it's
been
called?
to
Old
both.
part of it.
Yeah,
That would be fun. Just get off
Yeah.
the ship and explore
I
that.
did do that. I did do that. Yeah, we were really disappointed because our son was with us on that cruise, and we were really looking forward to enjoying San Juan, and then it got canceled. I forget what the reason was.
Well, there was.
Was it weather related? That
I can't remember now
I
if
can't
they were.
remember.
Was that the one we had the evac and it wastes so much time?
Yes,
that
that's
they
exactly
use
right.
so much time.
That's what happened. Yes.
Old San Juan, it's
Old
called.
San Juan. That's right.
Yeah.
I remember going into the shops in Old San Juan because I bought a beautiful gold cross. I still have it. I bought it for my mother, but I have it now.
Yeah. I mean, it sounds like a nice place to visit,
Yeah.
right? Okay. And let's see, what's the other? So Grand Turk, what's some of the islands we really wanted to go to that we haven't gone? Well, Bermuda's another one. If you've never been
Oh
to
yeah, I
Bermuda,
love Bermuda.
the only problem with Bermuda is you can't go really in October when we like to
Cold.
sail. We went 3 or 4
We went in
times,
August.
and it was always August or because the kids were still in school,
Yeah,
and that was beautiful.
oh, it was
The
gorgeous.
water was beautiful.
Yes,
I
it was
love the
beautiful.
island. It's just that if you go too early in the season or too late in the season, it's cold.
Yeah, it is cold. But every time we've been 3 times. However, we never saw the other side of the island. So if we do go back to Bermuda, we'd like to go on the other side of the island. So,
Yeah, there's enough to do right at the port area.
Yeah,
Within walking
yeah,
distance. There's a little snorkel beach
right.
there.
We've
There's a
been to
beach
Snorkel
there.
Beach 3 times. We went to Horseshoe Beach once, which was beautiful. The last time we went, we did that golf, and that was nice. Our son-in-law took us to
Oh, the miniature golf.
miniature golf was
Yeah.
really, really nice.
They have miniature golf that each of the holes represents a famous hole at some golf course in the
and
U.S.
he's a big
around the world, I
golfer.
guess. Not
Yeah,
just the
so he's a
US.
big golfer, so he really enjoyed that. So we did different things, but we just never made it over to the other side of the island. One time we rented a boat. That was a little Boston whaler boat, and that was fun.
Yeah, that was one I almost sank, right?
That was when we lost our video equipment because it got drowned in the water that we brought into the boat.
That was the first year we had gotten
Insurance.
insurance.
We never got it before. We decided to get it.
And it was strictly because the kids were there, and we
Yeah.
also wanted to. We were worried more about the health
Yeah,
type
we
of
were
stuff.
older, and we figured we better get it.
But the thing was that we took this little whaler. And
Yeah.
for some reason, I was able to fill the thing 2/3 with water.
I
I'm not sure
looked
how he did
behind.
that.
We had our
I
backpack.
know,
and all
Captain,
of a
you'd be
sudden-
ashamed of me.
He wasn't a very good captain. He
So
filled the
the
boat with
camera
water.
and the video recorder
Yeah,
got ruined.
it got drowned in a.
And I
Yes.
found out when I got home that you could claim this under that
I
insurance. Did you
know.
guys know that? That you could
Wow, we were shocked about that. We were very happy that we were able to.
So we took it out and we got reimbursed for
Yeah.
for something that we didn't even know we were
Yeah,
covered on. So that was
yeah.
real good. Let's see. Tommy says I need to get over there to St. George, take a ferry.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's where we wanted to go. To
We have not
George.
done that yet.
We
That looks
haven't done
beautiful
it.
over
It
there.
does. Now, yeah.
Now, I know you don't love NCL, but I've heard that NCL now has a free shuttle that they run from their cruise ship over
Oh,
to St.
oh,
George. Yeah.
really? That's nice. I'd like to do that because we've never been over there. And like I said, we've been to Bermuda 3 times, but we did different things, but we never got to St. George.
And there's a lot on the other side of the island.
Yeah, I
There's a little
know.
aquarium,
Yeah.
there's a zoo, there's a cave.
Yeah.
Hey, Jimmy, thanks for joining us.
Hey, Jimmy, have a great day and thanks for joining us. What?
I'm not a captain down
John
here.
is never going to earn a captain's hat. Maybe Billy will let you borrow his
Right.
for one day.
And for the last question on our show today, why don't we throw out, and like I said, you're welcome to throw anything out there from the previous questions, but let's get to go. We're big Disney fans, as you know,
Oh, yeah,
and we're
definitely.
curious what other people think. What's your favorite country? Why is it your favorite country? Yours is what, Nance?
Oh, mine's Italy. I'm sorry. I'm all Italian. I love Italy. I love the food. I love seeing the architect. So, and I've been to Italy before, so it's got to be Italy.
Yeah, see, mine I've always liked was Mexico.
Mexico,
Well,
that's
just
nice
it's the
too.
overall theme, and I love the pyramid you go into,
Yeah.
and then they have the statues and this theming from the movie from
Right.
the I can
The
never
Three
remember.
Amigos.
No, the cartoon from Disney. I can't even remember it now, but they have the statues from that, and then of course the area where you eat, right?
Yeah, that's
or if you're
beautiful.
just getting the drink and it overlooks the water.
That's a very beautiful pavilion.
And even though it's not full of excitement or anything,
Mhm.
the boat ride is a nice way
The
to
boat
cool
ride,
down
it
and go
is.
around,
I agree.
especially since they added the three caballeros to the video film.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
adds to it.
It is
So-
a beautiful pavilion. It really is. I mean, you can't deny that. And the boat ride is fantastic.
Well, then the other one though we both talked about, which is tempting now because it has we always go over there for
Oh,
pastries, which is
yes.
France. It has
Yes.
the Eiffel Tower.
Yeah.
But now that they added Ratatouille
Oh, I
to
love
it,
ratatouille. Yeah.
it pulls it right up there, right?
Yeah, delicious pastries. Oh gosh, yeah. And ratatouille. You haven't checked out ratatouille, you gotta check out that ride. It is worth the wait. We didn't have to wait too long, maybe
Well,
40 minutes, did
Yeah,
we?
I guess it was.
Yeah, it was around
The lines
40.
had gone down.
Yeah,
You're
they
right.
have gone down. But it's worth the 40-minute wait. It's a fun ride. We got to do it twice. So I enjoyed
Tommy
it.
loves Germany.
Oh, does he?
Now I'll go in there and look at the entertainment.
Yeah.
We've never had the meal there.
No.
Have you had that? I guess it's a buffet technically. Is that a good
Let's see,
meal? Is that a good
Germany.
take-in?
It's an all-you-can-eat buffet, from what I understand. And then they have the really pretty ornaments in the gift shop. I always remember learning about the hiding the pickle, the pickle ornament. And Germany, they're the one that I think, if I'm correct, weren't they the one that actually brought the Christmas tree to the United States? I'm not sure.
I'll go along with
I
that
thought
with
it
you if
was
you want to believe that.
I thought it originated in Germany, but anyways, I could be wrong.
Well, I mean, some of the other nice ones though, the Norway one, which now has a conversion to the Frozen ride.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Which we still haven't rolled. Our
We
kids
have,
loved
and our
it. We
kids
have
absolutely loved it. Yes.
and they have
Yeah.
a buffet too, but it's a lot of. I think it
Yeah.
had a lot of cold fish on it,
Yeah.
which I'll personally stay away
Yeah.
from. That was a very nice area.
Yep.
A lot of people stay away from the countries that have the 3D rides or the circle
Yeah.
rama
I mean,
rides, and I like those.
I do
Actually.
too. We went to Canada and we saw the 3D circle presentation of O Canada, which we really enjoyed. And I hear they have a beautiful steakhouse restaurant there, but it's hard to make reservations. It's
Yeah,
hard to
that's
get
inside the.
reservations
It's
for
like
that.
inside the
Yeah.
mountain, the rock. Or
Yeah. But it's supposed to be very, very, very good. But
Billy says
you
his
can get
favorite.
reservations.
Oh, yeah. But it's a nice area. It's a nice themed area too. And I like their entertainment was a movie. Remember? Was it Martin Short?
Yeah, it was
Who
O
was
Canada,
who
Martin
was the
Short.
comedian?
Martin Short, yeah.
That was a very well done.
It was very, very well
It
done.
would
Yes,
go
I
around
enjoyed
you
it.
so you'd see
Yeah,
like a parade coming at you, and then it would be
right.
walking
They
away.
call it the 3D circle vision.
Yeah. That was a lot of fun.
That was.
Billy's favorite is Mexico for the
Mexico?
same reasons I like. He
Oh,
likes the
nice.
three caballeros
Yeah.
and the theming
It's
inside.
Italy.
Nice place to cool off, Billy, isn't it?
Mhm.
Too. They hide pickles in that Christmas tree everywhere, half German, half Danish.
Oh, really? Yeah, I always thought that was an interesting tradition because whoever finds the pickle gets an extra gift. That's how it works.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Tommy says the buffet is good. Yep, all you can eat. Not great. Okay, the
Oh,
entertainment is
Germany.
fun.
Okay.
We've actually watched the entertainment for a
have.
while, just coming in and standing at the back of the restaurant a little
Yeah.
bit, but we've never eaten there.
No, never eaten it.
We've eaten that in Japan, which was
Yeah.
very good, but that was many moons ago.
Many moons. Yeah.
And of course, you
Yeah,
can
it's not
sample
my
the stuff at the different festivals they
Yeah.
have. I mean, you have to pay for it, but you can sample.
And we've had pastries in France because I can vouch that they're very, very good.
That's funny. Tommy says to Billy, so you hide pickles and Danish. A little sweet and sour.
Oh, it's funny. It's awesome.
Just pickles. I eat Danish. Cruise London, Portugal, Spain, and Italy in November. So right now, in general, I might be partial to those countries to relive it. Is there a Portugal and Spain in EPCOT? I haven't been in 10 years.
I don't believe so.
No
No.
Portugal.
No.
I don't think, no
No.
Spain either.
No.
They, during, I don't know what festival it is, but there is a festival where they'll actually put up temporary countries.
Yeah, that's true.
And Portugal one year was there, and Spain was there
Spain
one
was
year.
there,
Yeah, they had
temporary,
Africa, they
yeah.
had a couple
Yeah.
others, and what they'll do is they'll set up a temporary spot. You won't have the big mega rides or architect,
But
but
you'll
they'll
have the
set up the
food,
food, the
yeah,
drinks,
the
those kind of
drinks,
things.
yeah.
Okay. Well, Nance, that brings us to the end here. Thank you, people, for tuning in. Thank you for contributing. We'll be back next Thursday at 12:15. I still have to contact Tanisha, hoping they do a game day sometime in May.
Yeah.
And have the Tanisha time come back with the game night like we used to do in the past. So thank you very much for coming in. I hope everyone has a good day.
Yeah, we appreciate your support. Have a wonderful day. Stay young. Have fun.
Bye, everyone.